Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. It's your fellow servant Shemaiah. Forgot these roads. They trying to do some black shit. What they call it? Black top. And I need to roll you guys up. It's kind of a hot day. Where the temperature at? Kind of a hot day. But yeah, I'm not going that way. So I'm gonna put you down till you get some out of here. My bad, man. What's this shit? Anyway, I got a couple of minutes. This lesson is pretty much an exhortation. I was pondering upon a phrase that the head brother from the camp out here go into. Shalaki, before I continue, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, endure Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Batazai, endure. Like I was saying, I was going into a phrase that the brother at the camp always used. One of the head brothers, the head brother at the camp always used. He tell us, why we only think about the destruction. When we, the hopeful elect or the elect has to be out here somewhere, and and why not consider, if the Lord woke you up to this truth, if the Lord has you, doing the things that's righteous in the eyes of the Lord, why can't you be a part of that number? Why can't you receive the glory that's going to be given to the elect of Israel? Why can't that person be you? All right. And for those that go into, they always like to talk about, the laws, statutes, and commandments, and it's not all about the laws. It's not what you say, like what you do, but it's how you do it, and how you say it. Because we know that we're not going to be saved by the law. Honestly, we're not in a situation where we can even perform all the laws, even if we wanted to. We're not in that situation. We're in the land of our captivity, right? We're subject to payments. We're in captivity. We're in slavery right now, right? There's no possible way that we can, and plus the rulers of the world, they make it so that there's no way that we can escape not sinning. All right, but the thing is to offend less, and not to add sin on top of sin, not to just be a carnally minded individual. All right, because the righteous is going to be saved, whoever they are. The righteous is going to be saved, and of course they're predestined from the beginning. And every spirit is subject to the spirit from the beginning. Whatever spirit that spirit was from the beginning that the Lord put inside, whatever spirit the Lord put inside that temple that you're in, you're going to be that same way until Yahweh shall return. Right? From the past 3 to 4 generations, and exceeding that to this day, you've been pretty much the same individual, or the same spirit. All right? We're just living out the continual prophecy of the scriptures. We're living out the scriptures. That's it. And the Lord has an elect people, the righteous, that he's going to save. With that, I want to get this in Psalms. We're going to start off in Psalms. Psalms 37. You could have went right there with them, man. I ain't waiting for you. Like, you ain't seen the people do that? You crazy. Psalm 37. And it states, starting at verse 25, and it states, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, okay, nor his seed begging bread. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, the righteous are going to be living according to the will of Yahweh Shai. They're not going to be out there, selling dope, being caught up in witchcraft and robbery and stealing and killing and pillaging the village and and scamming and scheming. They're not going to be caught up in those type of things. They know that man don't eat. If a man don't work, a man don't eat. Right? Just the basics. And that's all we really need is the basics, the simplicity of Yahweh Shai. The basics in order to be prosperous and to live, just to get to the next day, for us to get out of this wicked ass kingdom. All right? Lord willing, into the chariots. Right? But the thing is, the Lord's righteousness is going to be saved. All right? And going back to the law, right? To those that say it's only about faith. Yeah, it is about faith. But if you have faith, you're going to do your best to keep the laws. Right? And it's coming to thinking about the destruction and the salvation of Israel. It's always an asshole. It's always an asshole. Right? Considering the destruction of our enemies and the salvation of Israel, if you don't have faith in you being a part of that elect number, and if you don't have faith in doing the works, if you don't have faith in proving yourself to Yahweh Shai, what is it called? It's called doubt. It's doubt. If you doubt that the Lord is a rewarder of those that do good, it's doubt. It's destructive. It's not faith. Therefore, you don't really believe in the word of Yahweh Shai. Let me continue. It says, verse 26, it says, He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Here's the point. Verse 27, depart from evil and do good and dwell forevermore. All right, depart from evil and do good. What don't you understand about that? And what's the ramifications of doing good? What's one of the considerations of doing good? Let's go here. I'm going to go to Titus chapter 3, verse 9, and it states, but avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. At the end of the day, going back and forth and arguing with somebody about the law, the statutes and commandments, and things that take away from the faith of Yahweh Shai, it's in vain, man. There's no reason to you wasting your time. We don't have to argue and go back and forth with these people. The truth is not a showcase. When John the Baptist was in the wilderness, eating honey and wild locusts, and dressing in hard raiment, clothing, it wasn't about how you look. The gospel wasn't about what you can do, or having a back and forth debate with people to prove something that's already given to the elect. All right, trying to make money and merchandise off the word of Yahweh Shai. All right, trying to earn a name or a reputation off Yahweh Shai when you're building on another man's foundation. When Yahweh Shai should be the talk of discussion, should be the one getting all the accolades, should be the one getting the one being promoted as the one that's going to receive all the riches. He's going to distribute them evenly. Yahweh Shai is the answer, the forerunner of our faith. The reason why we even know what we know. And he said he got an elect he's going to save. They're not going to go hungry. He's going to feed them. And why can't that be you? Again, for those that don't believe in the law, it's all about the law, because we don't believe it's all about the law. We know the law is important, and we know that we can do what we're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts, right? And we're not going to sit up here and sin willfully to the best of our ability. But with that faith, keeping the laws, you got to have faith, and you got to have faith in his word. If not, what do you have? You doubt. You doubt Yahweh Shai. You doubt the Lord. You doubt that he's able to save, that he's able to convert you, And another one I want to get in 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 4, and it states, he is proud, knowing nothing but verse, matter of fact, I'm opening that up. Chapter 6, starting at verse, verse 3. If any man teach otherwise. Matter of fact, you got started at verse 1. It says, let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of Yahweh, that the name of the Most High and his doctrine be not blasphemy. So yeah, that's why we give our elders and apostles of the great millstone double honors. Because you have to know who you learn this from, right? And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort, right? So we have a order that everything be done decently and in order. You know, getting to the kingdom is a single file line. Starting with our elders and apostles of the great millstone, Adawan Ratazah, we endure. And those on down, Adawan Ratazah, we endure. You can't have doubt in that. You got to believe in that. And you wonder why all these guys have been coming up and bucking up against the elders and apostles of the great millstone, how they keep falling off, one by one, bit by bit, unless they get in order. Unless they get in order. It says, verse 3, if any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to good godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, right? All these debatings, right? Lies, contention, so on and so forth. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself, right? So you got to avoid these people. You got to withdraw yourself from certain individuals that really they're not of the elect. They're not. They don't have the spirit on them to rule well, right? They all about games and appeasing the people, appeasing man, so they can have numbers, right? You know, this thing is a separatist thing. It's a separatist game. The Lord has separated who he wants from the rest of the world. And if you're acting like the people of the world, then you might well bear along with them. You might well be for their cause, be for their fight. Because you're not going to be able to deceive Yahweh Shai Shai and what he has ordained from the beginning. All right? And do good, man. Do good, man. Don't get caught up in these people's bullshit. Don't get caught up in they wayward doctrines. Don't have itching ears. Don't have itching ears. Don't be believing in everything somebody say or trusting in everything somebody say. You're supposed to be studying to show yourself approved as well. You know? Can I squeeze Louise, please? For she's, yeah. Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to go by, that's all. Yeah. Call her like in law, yeah, about Shai. I want to get this one more precept. Matter of fact, maybe two more. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of the Most High. I speak this to your shame. Right. Yeah. You have the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. So many people out here, they don't even know, even if they call on his name. Even if they call on Yahweh. Either they're missing Yahweh Shai, They're missing keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. They want to wear hats while they prophesying and preaching, right? They want to wear Shiva Jatas while they're preaching as men, right? It's a dishonor to have long hair or to have your hair covered while you representing Yahweh Shem Shah, prophesying or praying to him. Okay? These simple techniques can mean a lot between keeping you in the truth and kicking you out of it. Right? Between you being righteous and you being a deceiver. Remember what we read in Psalms. You know, the Lord's people, they're not going to be begging bread. The righteous of Yahweh Shem Shah is not going to be begging bread. We're not going to want for anything at the end of the day. Because of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it's going to be just that. It's going to be a righteous understanding. Righteous. But it starts with, you shooing away from evil. I'm going to get this last precept and I'm going to close out. Oh, it said verse, no, I already read that, right? Awake to righteousness and sin not. So awake to righteousness. The righteous is not going to be forsaken, man. Amos chapter 5 and verse 14, it says, seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. All right? So do good, man. Don't make the ministry blame. Don't make the ministry blameful. Don't give a reason. Women, don't give occasion to the devil. You keep your houses intact. Pray. At least 3 times a day, 2-3 times a day. It's things you gotta do in order to be righteous in the eyes of the Lord. And don't give him no reason to be mad at you. Don't give him no reason to say, hey, nah, man, I can't fuck with this person. We should be happy in serving Yahweh Shem Shah. And that's all I pretty much got to say. With that, I'm going to close out giving our praise, going honor to Yahweh Shem Shah, B'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Again, double honor to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Hope this lesson is edifying to you guys, man. Just, do your best to endure. And, what's right, man. You know when your heart was right, man. Do your best to do what's right, man. Seek good and not evil. All right? And Lord willing, Lord be with us like he said. Like as we just read. And until next time, Kwame Yasharala. Wa abba.